Welcome back to Blade of the Immortal, anime review episode number 3. This is discussing the last 3 episodes of the original anime, 2008, episode 11, 13. And I'll give my final thoughts in the same video too. In this video too. So, basically in episode 11, we pick up where we left the last time, where we have Rin telling the master, who was actually part of that group, who basically took away her parents, details a story from her grandfather, who actually was the man who was there in that flashback, I guess, early on, and just not hold particular grudges per se. That's kind of explained here. And then, of course, basically, like, oh, like, they're gonna kill him. And of course, it was one of her daggers at him, and he proceeds to hits him. He takes his own blood and puts the same markings on her that he did her mother. And then Manja shows up, starts a brawl with him. He apparently has no blades at all. Eventually, he is killed by Manja, and his son comes back after giving him some tea. And of course, they go off, and of course, they say, "Oh yeah, the guy is dead." And of course, they're off that little plot, right? And of course, basically, all of it just the leader of the group, because him and the spiky spiky hair guy, he of course, him basically, he has to deal with his prostitute he hangs out with, where she ends up getting killed by a member of this group, this assassin group. Apparently works with the Shogun for reasons. And of course, basically, the leader group is basically worried. He goes out the mountain, swinging his hill, swinging his sword. Rin and Majin go back to the house that was not seen since the start of the series. Apparently, it's Majin's house, and of course, they brought up his sister again. They don't bring up the fact that she looks exactly like his sister. Yeah, there's no mention of that here. And the old lady shows up again to take away Majin. This, of course, happens later on episode 13. And mostly put away, she counters him. Counters the man who basically, Akiru, I think his name is, where counters him, tries to use her golden wisp on him, her daggers, and she manages to hit two hits on him in his arm, and he blocks all the rest. And of course, he says to her like she's weak. The fact that sort of a history lesson with her, which I thought was interesting. And you could say not a lot really happens in the course of the episode. It's like preparing for something that will not happen because the anime got cut off episode 13. Because that's what it seems like with these episodes. It seems like right after they kill off this one character in episode 11, it seems like the last two just building up for something, and the series ends. After it, and she just mopes over it, and it turns out these servants who are basically working for the main bad guy, apparently is a spy for the Shogun. Apparently. And, of course, there's a school with things like him. Okay. All but using second blade instead of using just the one blade type of thing. He said he didn't like that because it's too much for appearances. Yeah. But these episodes are okay. It doesn't feel like, though, that with this end, it seemed like we left with a cliffhanger that we just did not bother to resolve. And of course, when the series was brought back a decade later, it decided to boot the whole series. Yeah. Not real much else to say about these episodes. They're pretty good. I like the animation for it. Though, one thing I don't like about it is that they build for something and it just does not happen. Sadly, because 13 was the last episode of the series. But my final thoughts on the series, so overall for the original series, it's good. Though I was disappointed with the ending. It wasn't terrible per se, just that the problem is you build something that's not going to happen. Yep. But yeah, that's a particular review, and that's it for this particular review series for now until, well, I come back to do the revival later on. Alright, next up, 2 more videos, and then it's on to Don't Miss Nagaro. Okay? Next up is going to be Black Clover, right? Next video. Bye.